The marriage supper of the Lamb is a time in heaven after the rapture where the church is presented to Christ as his bride. Revelation 19:7, let us rejoice and be glad and give the glory to him, for the marriage of the Lamb has come and his bride has made herself ready. It was given to her to clothe herself in fine linen, bright and clean, for the fine linen is the righteous acts of the saints. Then he said to me, write, blessed are those who are invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb. There are three parts to the marriage of the Lamb, Jesus Christ, to his bride, the church. The betrothal was when we trusted Jesus as our Savior. The wedding happens at the rapture. I will come again and receive you unto myself. The celebration is like we do after weddings. We eat, we drink, and we make merry. This world is not our home. Or is it? We've been given many clues about what the new earth will be like from this earth. Plants, animals, streams, and people of every imaginable shape, size, and color. While many of the world's religions portray heaven as a mystical place, Christianity does not give up on humanity or on earth. It is as if God has planted a longing to return to Eden in our hearts. We've never been there, but it sounds like home. Many of the movements of our time are rooted in this sense that God places within us. Save the planet, animal rights, and human rights all originate with what God has placed within us. While our ancestors, Adam and Eve, came from the homeland, we are forced to live in a place that does not feel like home. It is the same earth Adam and Eve lived on, but it has been seriously marred by sin. We would love an earth that is peaceable, stable, and inhabitable. Not just coincidentally, that's just what God has promised. God has not promised a non-earth. He promises a new earth. In Revelation 21 and 22, we read of a city, buildings, streets, streams, a mountain, and plenty of people. Does that not sound very much like the earth we know? Revelation 21:5, and he who sits on the throne said, behold, I am making all things new. Revelation 22:3, there will no longer be any curse, and the throne of God and the Lamb will be in it, and his bondservants will serve him. There will be work in heaven. His servants will serve him. Work is good for us. It allows us to do something measurable and can be used to glorify God. Work will definitely continue in heaven. Heaven is a real place, Hebrews 11:10, for he was looking for the city which has foundations, whose architect and builder is God. By faith, even Sarah herself received the ability to conceive, even beyond the proper time of life, since she considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore, there was born even of one man, and him as good as dead at that, as many descendants as the stars in heaven in number, and innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. All these died in faith, without receiving the promises, but having seen them and having welcomed them from a distance, and having confessed that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For those who say such things, make it clear that they are seeking a country of their own. And indeed, if they had been thinking of that country from which they went out, they would have had an opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. Other religions, other people, and many books tell us that heaven is more of a state of existence than a place. But there is ample evidence to the contrary. The intermediate state, perhaps, but not our final home. We need to stop trying to spiritualize everything we cannot understand and start believing what we read in the Bible. Stop closing your eyes and trying to imagine the unimaginable. Open your eyes and imagine this earth without the effects of sin. Points to ponder. The marriage supper of the Lamb is a time in heaven after the rapture, where the church is presented to Christ as his bride. We've been given many clues about what the new earth will be like from this. It is as if God has planted a longing to return to Eden in our hearts. We've never been there, but it sure sounds like home. This class, and indeed the entire school, is dedicated to helping others see that God is bigger than we think and better than we know. To get to the next video, make a note of the class number for this recording, then search for the next one. Here's a sample. If this video is number L01.1, then the next one is L01.2. And remember to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow on Rumble.